Hello and welcome to Honest Trailer Commentaries for Cowboy Bebop. I am Spencer J. Gilbert. That's Joe Starr. We're going to watch the Honest Trailer for Cowboy Bebop, give you our behind-the-scenes thoughts, go into a little more depth and detail. If you stick around after that, we're going to watch some deleted scenes. We're going to respond to some viewer questions and comments, and we're going to tease next week's Honest Trailer. Joe, did I forget anything?
No, that sounds like a party.
Oh, yeah. Let's get it started. Light them up if you got them. We're talking Cowboy Bebop, which, as we say in the trailer, was your gateway anime into the hard stuff. And that was certainly true of me, or really Toonami as a whole. It was the thing that, they lured you in with Adult Swim. They lured you in with, even Baby's first anime like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. And then Cowboy Bebop, and then you're off to the races. What's your Cowboy Bebop history, Joe?
That whole Adult Swim era is actually how I started hanging out with my wife. Because we would just hang out and watch Bebop and Full Metal Alchemist and Inuyasha and that whole block on Wednesdays, I think it was. And so that was like our weekly thing where we just hung out and smoked cigarettes like cool kids and watched our anime instead of doing homework, which is for squares.
Indeed it is. And that's, you've gone even deeper than me. We share a Hulu account, and I see on there like every other show to keep watching is like you beautiful princess Muranako or something. Like, wow, Joe, you're just going for it.
We're watching a show called Tor usually watches something, and then I'll come in on like episode 8 and I'm like, I like it too, and then she has to start over because that's her life. That's what she has to deal with. But we're watching a show called Demon Slayer right now, which is actually really rad, and you should look at it.
Well, there you go.
We're not talking about Demon Slayer. We're talking about
Bebop, which to me doesn't, it feels, obviously it looks like an anime, but I don't know. It's definitely not aimed at kids or like teenagers, I think. This is like a very adult show in revisiting it. Like, it's succinct. It respects your time. It's just one season. Well, and there's no filler.
Yeah, it avoids so much of what I think we And look, I'm entry level as hell, so everyone's gonna come in here in like a second and be like, talk about Space Harlock, you monsters. But look, I'm a basic bitch anime fan, but like, this avoids tournament arcs. It actually ends instead of going on for 5 to 8 seasons. Like, it's a tight 25 and then it's out.
Yeah. I didn't watch the movie. I've never seen the movie. It's got, as we say, mixed reviews. Joe, your thoughts?
I've never seen the movie.
Oh, well, there you go. So I guess we don't know the true ending.
I wonder, and they're already correcting us, and Ryan, they're probably already correcting us in the chat, but I'm assuming that the movie takes place at some point during the series, as most anime movies do.
Oh, it's like the
take place in a nebulous time.
It's kind of its own universe where like they all fight Brawly or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, the show's great. I don't think that's like a controversial thing to say.
It's just awesome.
It's just awesome. It's cool. Like, it's the true definition of cool. Like, everything about it looks cool. The music is perfect. Like, the whole thing was scored by the same artist, like doing all that music. And it's just like impeccable, like a version of the 1940s that I wish existed musically. Like, it's just so good.
Yeah. If this had come out, if Cowboy Bebop didn't exist and like, HBO or someone had dropped a live action sci-fi series that was noir / a Western, like / if someone had done this, basically, it would be the biggest TV show of all time.
Yeah.
It just, there's that weird gate of entry where people are like cartoons, and then that secondary gate of entry where they're like non-American cartoons. What?
Tough.
I like my cartoons like I like my Ford trucks.
Built Ford tough. Well, let's dive in then to the honest trailer for Cowboy Bebop. We will pause when we have something intelligent to say. So rarely.
This summer, we're getting honest about summer blockbusters, past and present.
We are really stretching the definition of summer blockbuster.
Summer.
We really are.
In the early 2000s, Adult Swim changed the animation game, but only one classic anime series made fans sit up, rub their eyes, and say, "Aw, I missed Aqua Teen Hunger Force again." Ugh, fine, I'll watch whatever this is. Oh crap, I think I like anime now. Cowboy Bebop.
So, pause. I just think that, as gentlemen of a certain age, we'd be remiss if we didn't just stop to appreciate the first generation of Adult Swim cartoons and how Aqua Teen and C-Lab are really as responsible for me as anything else that's been made.
Yeah. There's something about that. Well, especially for me, I was starting college, and I didn't know anybody. And some of the first friends I made were because they were like, "Hey man, you want to come over and watch Space Ghost?" Like, cool, sounds fun. I don't know what this is. Meatball and the whole game.
Meatwad, come on.
Meatwad. Oh my God, what did I just do? A little too much when I watched Space Ghost.
And then for the tenuous jazz connection, my favorite episode of C-Lab is when the captain gets stuck under the jazz themed soda machine and then forms that that bond with the scorpion that keeps stinging him and he gets addicted to venom. Oh, it's good. It's good stuff. So after you're done rewatching Cowboy Bebop, rewatch the first seasons of C-Lab.
Which I think
anyways, moving on.
They're on Max, right? They're on HBO Max, I think.
Oh, good. Wherever you can find them.
Yeah. Also, before we get into this, Kevin crushed this trailer.
Oh my God, our editor Kevin. Yeah, well, I was going to shout him out when he got to the custom starring stuff that he.
Oh yeah. We'll do it again.
But yeah, we'll give him his props. Let's keep going though.
Experience a noir-filtered future where humanity has spread into the solar system and covered it in hot, steamy jazz. Where there's so much crime, bounty hunting is part of the gig economy that attracts only the heaviest chain smokers.
Looks like a plain old moon rock to me,
Hey, how much is it worth if we try to sell it?
They're basically Uber drivers with a few more guns. Strap in with the crew of the Bebop.
Are they good bounty hunters? Not really, right? They kind of suck at it.
Yeah, which is kind of what I love about them, because they're not. I mean, they're badasses, but they're not good, I think, at bounty hunting, and they're really always hanging in there, at all times, which I think just really adds to the charm of the story.
Yeah, I mean, the world they create is one where everyone is really just kind of scraping by, and it's kind of like one might say a capitalist dystopia where you're working from job to job, and otherwise you're just laying around and starving.
Yeah, you're either at the high rollers table in the space casino or you mop the floors at the space casino. Yeah.
It's so good because they just live at the margins of this society. Even the chain smoking figures in because they each character is so hung up on their own past. Everyone's got the big shadowy thing that they can't move on from. So why wouldn't they smoke? They have no future. They're just always living back at that moment of trauma that they can't move beyond.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to talk about the smoking too, because it's cool, kids. It's cool. Even I love that the show is so aware of its tropes. Because it's not until the end of the series with Mayfaw there, she's the first character that even acknowledges that everyone's smoking. And I love that the show just takes its time to be chain smoking. I need a cigarette. And then there's this girl that's just you smoke inside? That's so gross. It's just so well written.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Own mysterious and complex backstories that you're not going to get much of.
I remember everything, really. Everything except my own life.
There's Spike Spiegel, a mean, lean fighting machine. Who also has a literal mean lean.
Nice lean.
Faye Valentine.
Pause. So Spike Spiegel, He's a combination. His inspiration was Bruce Lee, Clint Eastwood, and like Blade Runner, Harrison Ford in Blade Runner, which is like a great mash of protagonists.
Like a little visual Lupin the Third.
Yeah. Well, Lupin the Third too, another good one. But then like I was a little bummed out because I got excited that we canonically had our first nice Jewish boy anime protagonist. Spike Spiegel. Oh, Spike's here. Oh,
He's
good boy.
a good boy. He's such a good boy.
But it turned out that his name was influenced by Bugsy Siegel, the mobster.
Yeah,
So
someday.
you can't have it all. Yeah, we're still waiting for the Maccabee anime star that we all deserve.
Let's play a game called Who in Cowboy Bebop is Jewish?
They actually did a good job of like. I feel like anime really whitewashing is definitely the wrong word, but like they don't have different ethnicities, or if they do, it's like white people or like generic flesh tone, and then like Mr. Popo. Like they don't. But this had like good mix of like actually ethnicities that you could recognize.
It's weird of anything where you're like, hey, back in the day, like we'd never make something like that now, or it'd be different now, or like it's an interesting conversation to have on a show that is riffing on Western tropes through a Japanese. It's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's like a post, even though it's riffing on a lot of Western stuff, it's like very not American in the sense that like there's no like America's gone in this story. There's like a Tijuana and stuff like that, but there's no New York.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just interesting, a more vibrant world than a lot of animes that you see.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I love that you don't get a lot of it.
Yeah.
You scrape by like what they're able to scrape through, and here's a little bit of Titan, and here's a little bit of Mars, and
Ganymede.
You hear these great world building lines. I fought with your father in the Clone Wars. Stuff like that. We're gonna get some money and run away to Mars, and you're like, oh cool, like Mars is awesome. Like okay. But
again, back to why it's so cool is like a little bit goes a long way. Explaining the Clone Wars is what got us. Okay, I don't want to ignite the prequel debate again, but like Boba Fett, like the more you know about Boba Fett, the less cool it gets. So
yeah, like I don't need to know. I don't need to know like the city, the gridded like city outline of the rich cities of Mars. I just need to know that like the idea of Mars is like poor people are like. That's where I can go to finally get out of squalor. Yeah.
Do we need to know more about the characters? You be the judge. But yeah, to each their own. All right, keep going.
Faye Valentine, who's perpetually broke.
If I get rid of my body, I won't need money.
Perpetually leaving.
Hey, wait!
Stay back! We're leaving!
Hey, hold on!
I have to go.
And perpetually wedgied. Ed, a genius hacker.
He's also on the toilet all the time. Oh, sorry. They show her on
on a lot of toilets.
Yeah. Anyways.
Looks like Elmo.
Edward is Edward. Ed has never seen this before. Ed knows where it is. Today, Ed goes looking for this spooky, mysterious alien. Elmo's very happy to see you.
Ein, a super intelligent corgi who mostly just acts like a moderately intelligent corgi. And Jet, that guy your mom dated for a while after the divorce.
Quit complaining and be thankful there's something to eat. Then don't come back. There won't be a place for you. Good riddance.
You're not my real dad.
I mean, it's perfect.
Together,
that like the new stepdad would be like an ex-cop who yells at you about the food that you're not eating.
Tries to teach you about Charlie Parker. You see, kid, it's all about the rhythm section.
Yeah. Don't ask him about the arm. He freaks out.
Out about the arm.
I'm bringing a new guy home. Just don't say anything about the arm.
Don't even look at his arm. I just even everything we sort of call out in this, I think, speaks to the strength of the writing. This idea that like broken people find each other, because that's kind of it's what this is about, and will it work? Will it not? We don't know because they're a powder keg together. That's why Faye's always bouncing and stealing their crap, and like Jet and Spike are constantly falling out. I think the only not broken one is probably Ed and I mean I guess the dog, but
yeah, I mean to me the common theme was that everybody has their the past thing that they're hung up on and they can't move forward until they've kind of reconciled it. And for Ed, it was their father, because you have that whole.
But what I loved was Ed never actually seems hung up on anything until Ed comes face to face with the father stuff.
Yeah.
Towards the end, and then all of a sudden the trajectory sort of changes. Before it sort of gets smashed in their face, like they're just all over the map.
Yeah. But yeah, great cast of characters. They all work very well together.
You guys should
10
watch
out of 10. Would watch again.
Yep.
Keep going.
Together, they'll team up to take on the vicious crime boss known as Vicious. Occasionally, but mostly, they'll be focused on food.
Ed is hungry.
We haven't had anything to eat in 2 days.
I haven't eaten bream or halibut in a long while.
We just came here because there's good food, Faye Faye. Ha
I am starving.
Second!
That's all there is.
Making a quick
pause.
woo-law.
They might have more money for food if they didn't smoke like 6 packs a day. As cool as smoking is, kids, it is expensive.
It's very expensive. It becomes a lot harder after your college campus decides to stop selling cigarettes and you can't use your meal plan dollars on them anymore.
Wow, amazing. Very personalized tips you're getting here. They got to work on some budget on that ship because it's you
all
do save money from never changing your clothes, but that's a classic animated thing. Nobody ever changes clothes.
That's an animation thing in general. But you do save money that way. I've been wearing these shorts for 8 months.
Join the club. You're still wearing shorts, huh?
Let's go hunt bounties.
Yeah. All right, keep going.
Making a quick wulong.
8 million woolongs!
2.5 million woolongs.
6,300 woolongs.
5,000 woolongs.
300 woolongs. Only 50 woolongs.
Or just kind of hanging out. But no matter the adventure, you can bet that the thing that gets mentioned at the beginning of the episode will be super important.
I want to be a tough guy like you know? Come on, I can do it.
And super depressing.
Master, you see it? I was fluid like water.
Yeah, don't try to talk anymore.
Hang on. Now don't die. Don't die!
Wow, that is sad enough to conjure up some introspective sax music.
Pause. Why is sax music? It's so cheesy in a live action context, but so cool when it's in a cartoon. It's like the opposite of putting on a fedora. It's like what putting on a fedora is supposed to be. It just instantly classes it up.
It is weird, right? Yeah. I don't know. I think, does jazz just get too pretentious in real life?
Yeah, you need something to balance it with, like to cut the jazz pretentiousness down with an action scene or something like that,
or a hyper intelligent dog.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sure there are other animes that have jazz in them. In fact, there's probably like an anime that's basically Whiplash, but like they're about different trumpeters.
Trumpet trio surprise! Exclamation point, and it's great.
But I think this one was just like a unique flavor to me that I'd never seen before, but it's like chocolate and peanut butter, man. So good.
Yeah, no, it absolutely works. What was it? I'll save it for the end.
Okay. I guess the jazz stuff is probably also just like, hey, Blade Runner was cool.
Well, Blade Runner was a little more synthy, but yeah. No, you're totally right. Leaning into the noir.
All right, let's keep going.
Can anyone else hear that? Or is that just what my brain sounds like when I watch the show? So revisit the all-time classic anime that was probably your gateway drug into the hard stuff that clearly, inspired other shows about sci-fi outlaws turned family in a junk ship between
you and
guitar
Danielle pointed this
strings
out. I've never
that mixed
seen
Asian and
Firefly.
Western aesthetics that was followed by a movie with mixed reviews. And while they both might have some all-time great theme songs, only Cowboys is a literal bop. Starring...
Pause. Do you think we'll do a Firefly Honest trailer one of these days, Joe?
Yep.
All right. Just checking.
You think Tenet's going to come out anytime soon?
Oh, yeah, I guess we don't have any new movies left.
We're going to do a bunch of weird stuff coming up.
That's a good point. Yeah, we're definitely moving into our favorites and not the fan favorites section of media.
Followed by the, oh God, what do we do section.
Yeah. Well,
what I'm saying is you'll probably get Steven Universe in 4 months.
yeah. Oh, that's okay. People seem to like that one.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Kids
let
love
us know in the comments below. Keep going.
Up. Starring Bedhead Redemption, Alita Bounty Angel, Jet Blue, Ed Enby, Dog the Bounty Hunter.
So pause. Our editor, Kevin, my God, he's a genius. He's one of the fastest and best editors of all time.
Please don't hire him or take him away from us.
Please don't. We need him. He created these custom transitions. And did Holpe do the text, or is this all Kevin?
I think Holpe might have done the text.
Okay, so Rob Holpe does our what do you call it? Typography, custom titles and stuff like that for everyone. And man, just went above and beyond to make this like the intro, and it's super cool touches like this that just make Honest trailers. It's the frosting, but it's what makes the cake delicious, you know?
Yeah. No, I was really excited about this one anyway, and then I saw these credits and kind of lost my mind a little bit just because I was like, oh my God, this is great. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Hunter, V with Vendetta, Illegally Blonde, Ladies! Whap, whap, whap. Ladies.
Adios. It's better if you leave for today.
There are other bounty heads to catch. You don't need this one.
If you see Spike again, tell him that I'll keep waiting.
Celebrity cameos?
Wakantanka guide his spirit.
This blew my mind. I forgot about all these.
I'm Whitney Haggis Matsumoto, your lawyer.
I'm the youngest Shaft brother.
Pet Power the Petty Bomber.
Because I'm here with my own twin sister.
Nowadays, a 3/8 pneumatic tube isn't in style anymore.
Enough, Miles.
Monochrome. Cowboy.
I think it says something about what the show creators thought about Western pop culture when they were like, okay, what really sums up, let's see here, Shaft, George Clooney, and the Unabomber.
That's America for you.
And yes,
the Holy Trinity.
There's the Joker's in there, and
yeah.
Not
all of our pop culture is on some sort of axis closer to George Clooney, Shaft, or the Unabomber.
Yes.
The best stuff right in the middle. Okay, keep going.
That's where I met a cowboy.
Happy hunting, all you cowboys.
You know what they say, cowboy.
I want a cowboy.
You're a cowboy?
She's a cowgirl,
Aren't we taking this cowboy thing a little too far?
An actual cowboy.
See you, space cowboy.
American healthcare.
Coming up with 30 million wulongs for the basic operation, in addition to 54 years of interest payments.
300,028,000 wulongs.
Twitter.
People who believe instantly in dramatic fantasies, who can be controlled by tiny dots of light.
And 2020.
Nothing good comes from the earth anymore.
Blade Lounger.
Look at that. Look at that cool transition. Oh, so cool.
Great. They're making a live-action adaptation of my life story? Who stuck with that job? Oh, nice. See you, Space Cowboy. Make that see you after you recover from knee surgery, Space Cowboy. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
All right, pause. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, I did not know we were doing that. And made a real loud squealy sound when I heard that cut.
That is Steve Blum, the voice of Spike on the dubs. John, the epic voice himself, reached out on our behalf, and it happened like, late Friday last weekend, and it was like, yeah, he might be interested. Like, you could maybe pass him something. So, like, you don't put too much stock in something like that, but just in case, rewrote the last joke to be coming from Spike instead of John. Sent it off. Didn't expect to hear anything from it, and it came back in like 5 minutes before we could have not used it anymore. Like it really came in at the 11th hour. Like, oh crap! Oh, yep, he's in. And there you go. It was just it was like a triple bank shot from John to like his rep to Steve, right. Then from Steve to his rep to John to us, and like it all came together at the last minute. How cool is that? Little Spike Spiegel drop.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like I still, after a couple years of doing this stuff, obviously like working with Reynolds and getting to meet like some like A-listers and stuff is always
Reynolds,
amazing.
Yeah.
But there's something about
you drop one of the names when you're close. Just me and Clooney, me and Reynolds,
me and Clunes, just like, Clunes is the guy I met watching Aqua Teen Hunger Force in college. George Clooney was like, do you want to smoke a spliff with me, George Clooney, and watch The Meat Man? But there's just something about like getting to do stuff with Steve Blums and like these cult favorites that I just still kind of lose my shit over.
Yeah, we got one coming up if we can really pull it off next week that I would have been really blown away by had it happened in the 90s. But that's the magic we bring you every day here at Honest Trailers. I'm glad we pulled that off. And yeah, man, what a great voice. You listen. I recommend listen to it with some cans on, because no offense to John, but like he's got some real resonance in that voice or maybe he's just got a really fancy mic. I don't know. It sounds really good though.
Like a warm saxophone dipped in honey.
Yeah, it's like a sax lick, exactly, dipped in molasses. All right, cool. Let's see. So we're gonna show you some outtakes, but before that, I'd like to call you all to action. I will now thank you for being with us every day. Subscribe to our channel for vids every weekday. Hit that like, hit that bell. That's part one. Part two, you guys want? Have you seen those Hey Fandoms we've been doing? We've been doing it with some VO people. The voice of Cora, she's on one of them. So they're all on fandom.com/video, and you can see some fun Q&As with some really cool creative people that have smart things to say.
Well done, man.
And then we're doing a review this week of The Umbrella Academy season 1.
Yeah.
My voice goes up because I haven't seen it. Is that you, Joe?
No, you're on the list, man. You gotta real quick watch Umbrella Academy.
Uh-oh.
Naturally.
Okay.
I think me and Roth are talking Umbrella Academy.
All right, cool. Well, then if you want to watch Joe and Roth talk Umbrella Academy, all of your dreams will come true this Friday. So catch up on that show and check it out. That's that. Let's watch. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you. Let's watch some outtakes if we have any.
Yeah.
Where there's so much crime, bounty hunting is part of the gig economy, complete with its own TV show.
Hi, amigos. You ready for some bounty info?
And ATM machines.
Thanks for the payoff.
And while they both might have some...
I love just another thing I love about this show. I love the long game of the Bounty Hunter show. I love that it just slowly gets more and more ridiculous and more over the top and more offensive. Small pause for spoilers. And then at the end of the show, they quit that show. And I think Jet walks by, the actor, and he's a completely different guy, just in a suit, like taking care of his mom. And he's like, ugh, can't believe I did 1,000 episodes of that terrible TV show or something like that. Like, I just love the long plays on the jokes. And yeah.
So good. Yeah. I was reading more about like the background of the show, and that this was the genesis of it was from oh god, I'm gonna get the name wrong. It wasn't Funimation, but whoever was behind it was like a toy company, and they're like, we need to make, maybe it's Bandai, and they're like, we need to make anything. You can make anything you want as long as there's cool spaceships in it that we can make toys of. And he turned in his pitch, his proposal, and they're like, this isn't like, this is too mature. And it kind of just like languished in development hell until a different side of the company that was like more dedicated to selling like visual style stuff and like and soundtracks and things like that, like picked it up and developed it. And body pillows, yeah. Some different aspect of the company that wasn't dedicated to selling toys was able to get this into production. So that's why he was given free reign to have like adult themes and like mature comedy and like slow burns and things that would pay off way on down the line. So just a happy accident that this show was even allowed to exist in the first place, or that it exists in the form it does, because otherwise it'd be a lot of spaceships that probably turn into other larger spaceships.
Yeah, and commenting on attacks and power levels. Well, thank you to Bandai's vinyl and body pillow wing. We wouldn't have this without you.
For so many things, including this show. Do we have any other deleted scenes?
And while they both might have some all-time great theme songs, only Cowboys is a literal bop.
3, 2, 1, it's jam.
We're trying not to get demonetized by playing that.
Get dinged.
Yeah, all right. Anyways, keep playing.
Oh,
this one's fine. This one's good.
See, baby, it's all about the exposition you don't hear, man. Starring Kung Fu Hustler, Business Casual, Boba Fett, Reborn Identity, I Can't Take Off My Golden Arm, Ever.
That was cool.
Might have hugs, as you can tell.
Airbud, Sephiroth, Little Dead Corvette, Han Ensemble, Fistful of Wulongs.
The same blood runs through both of us. The blood of a beast who wanders, hunting for the blood of others. I've bled all that kind of blood away.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody!
We also could have done the Garth Marenghi Dark Place, blood.
Blood.
And
bits of sick.
And bits of sick. All right, there is your deleted scenes. Now let's get into comments from viewers like you. Ryan Partlow and Carving Light both right. Joe confirming that the movie is a mid-season episode. So
okay, yeah,
they get a little money. They make a full flashy looking filler ep. But I'd still watch it. I like more. I'd like to watch more of that.
Yeah.
Zoe Laird writes, I would like to offer a distant spiritual successor made by Netflix, Cannon Busters, a hip-hop space cowboy type anime. I thought it was fun. All right. I'm looking for more stuff that's like Bebop. I watched Samurai Champloo. That was cool. That kind of had...
The whole chat was hoping you guys had seen that. They kept mentioning that show a lot.
Well, there you go. That was awesome. I would recommend it as well if Joe hasn't seen it.
Oh, yeah. No, I love Champloo.
Cool. So the great thing about Bebop is the more you get old and the more you like Cowboy Bebop series and jazz music. I don't know.
But I agree. I agree with that statement.
Yeah. Okay. Rob Turner writes, rare serious question. Have you seen Outlaw Star? Is that how serious is that? Look, I need to sit you down, Rob. I have a question for you.
Son of a bitch.
Have you seen Outlaw Star?
I don't think I have. In the Bat Cave and it's like, am I too soon? Have you seen Outlaw Star?
And if so, how do you think this compares? Is maybe the more serious half of it? I don't know. I've seen Trigun. That's sort of like this. Outlaw Star. That sounds so familiar because I think that was one of the Toonami ones, right?
I've never seen Outlaw Star. I have seen most of Space Dandy, which is
Space Dandy.
Oh, you'd like Space Dandy. It's like if an honest trailer of Cowboy Bebop was a show.
All right, everyone's saying Space Dandy in the chat right now, Joe. Like as you said that, so there
you go.
When I say space, chat says Dandy.
Dandy, Space Dandy. Well, the ship in Outlaw Star looks just like the Bebop, but we'll have to check that out. Matthew McGuire confirms, I guess, regards to bounty hunting. No, they absolutely suck at it. That's core to the premise.
It's not just that they suck at it, but it's they're not wired for it. They're constantly trying to make moral decisions or do the right thing, or like, which completely screws them all the time.
Yeah, I think that they recognize the common humanity or the common situation that they find themselves in with their prey of like, you know, they're just on the run and they have like they have nowhere left to go, and like that's them as well.
Yeah, because Spike's a one-man raid, the redemption, but like the fact that he's got a conscience is what makes it matter.
All right, and then finally, Moshu Willow writes, I am here for anime trailers. I damn near choked when I saw the Honest trailer today. Well, don't choke and stick around. I don't know if we have any like immediately planned, but I'd do another one. I mean, these are fun.
Yeah.
We did eons ago on Screen Junkies Plus. We had anime trailers that we had no part in, save for like taking a look at the finished product and being like thumbs up, thumbs down. But like, I think we should probably take a deep dive into some of your favorite shows. What would you do, Joe?
Oh God. I mean, Miyazaki stuff would be good. Well, we should do Dragon Ball Z, right?
I mean, yeah, I've seen every episode multiple times.
We should do Dragon Ball.
That's probably the first place to go because that's the most popular. And I know it's basic, but like it's also hilarious. I think there'd be plenty of jokes.
Yeah, I think that's where we start.
Because Cowboy Bebop is almost too good to like really make fun of.
This was like a Winter Soldier level trailer where we're like, this is great.
This is cool. Which is fine. Those should exist right alongside the roast. I think Dragon Ball Z will be a good mix of both.
Yeah.
Well, settle in for that. That's gonna take us a bit, but we'll get to it. And then we'll get to the good stuff. Don't worry. And that's that. That's that for this week. Honest Trailer Commentaries. Come back next week when we'll be giving you a little more, if that's what you want, of the same thing. So we'll see you then. That's your clue. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.